Prepare for full speed attack.
No donation, no salvation!
And remember, respect is everything.
And we're back. And today we are going to look at Type 3 Kiru, or Kiryu. I always get that pronunciation wrong, but at least I caught myself. We're gonna need some height on this. But yes, this was one of the last versions of Mechagodzilla that ever appeared in any of the Toho films. So, yes, as you can see, this is Type 3 Kiryu. Now, in the movies, this particular version of Mechagodzilla actually built structurally from the original skeleton of the original 1954 Godzilla, because apparently, I guess they're in the same universe, so Godzilla in the movies was more than one species, so he wasn't always the same monster. It was like different generations of Godzilla. So, yeah, unfortunately, Japan is cursed to deal with it for eternity, at least in their universe. But, yeah. But, yeah, as you can see, he is wearing his battle armor, like he had in, I think it was Tokyo SOS, or was it Godzilla against Mechagodzilla? One of the two. This is the first version of that armor because the second version was color matched, so it wasn't this kind of bluish color. The one in the movie was like a darkish blue, almost a very small hue of purple, very small. But yeah, I liked this one better because it looked a lot more like the. So to any of the Macross Robotech fans, basically the Veritech fighters, particularly the Valkyries, had this power armor. And it came with a set of shoulder cannons. Now, I don't know if this is just coincidence or if it's meant to be I doubt it, but basically it really his shoulder cannons in the movies really reminded me of the Veritech armor. So that's why I prefer this version, because it also adds a little bit of color to him. It makes him a little more special, you know? We can remove it if you want, because at the end of the day it's just Lego. So we can just pry that off, hopefully without too much effort. Yeah, it's one solid piece, so naturally it'll, there we go. Well, I don't think we pulled in, oh, no, we're missing a piece. Okay, no big deal. There's just one piece that came off from the rest. But anyway, let's move Kiryu back. Let's take his, forearm cannons too, which were in the movie rail guns. Now he does come with one other accessory that he had in addition to the power armor, but we'll get to that in a sec. But yeah, here's the actual power armor itself. It came with, I think, an additional flight pack and then the two shoulder cannons. I have an old Classics, or was it Universe? I don't remember. Here, let's just pry that off and give you an example. There we go. Okay. I really love this figure. Even though I already have the Siege Jetfire, which I even think I did a video on, I still love this one because it reminds me of the, I think it was the F-15 Tomcat that was in Top Gun because of the way the wings can compress. And yeah, say what you want about Tom Cruise. I mean, I like Top Gun, and I cannot wait to see the new one. Oh, he's got a rub symbol. Oh, you can't see it anymore. Whatever. That's irrelevant. But anyway, yeah, here's the flight pack that Jetfire has, which isn't G1 accurate, but it is accurate to the original toy because the original toy was actually stolen from the Robotech line. But yeah, you can pretty much see the similarities between the two. Obviously, this one has these giant cannons. Oop, I have it upside down. But yeah, it's pretty much Jetfire's power armor, at least in toy form. I think the Siege one had a more accurate G1 style backpack instead of the Veritech shoulder cannons, which, I'll be honest, I mean, I'm all for G1 accuracy, because I am a G1er, even though I really have no right to be, because, you know, people like to criticize me for being not old enough to appreciate these things, when in reality they should be happy that someone, you know, that's probably going to surpass them in terms of living is willing to remember their childhood. But that's beside the point. But yeah, there's the flight pack again. Sorry, I'm just kind of derailing on random subjects. So yeah, about as good as I can get with that. Here are the rail guns. Now the rail guns are actually functional, believe it or not. Here, I have a few actually here. So this piece, you can actually still get them. I think they still release this piece in some sets today. But yeah, the ones on the rail cannons on the rail guns are functional. And if you really wanted to, here, hold on, let me see if I can demonstrate this. So here, let's get 2 green missiles just for effect, because I have a bunch of missiles lying around since I managed to find all the ones I have. The cool thing is, now in the movie he had these cords hanging off the railguns, which I imagine were to feed the ammo to it. But in this, if you really wanted to, at least I thought you could. Yeah, you kind of have to grab from both sides, but yeah, you can basically just do that. So that's fun. I found the missiles. We're fine. I didn't lose them. It's just a simple missile pod block. Anyway, let's move on to accessories. Now, in the film, he also had a drill hand that he used to literally drill into Godzilla's, like, lower stomach, like, abdomen area. So for that, you're gonna need these 2 pieces. Here's the actual drill. I try to make it, because in the movie, his fingers transformed into the drill. I kind of tried my best to make it look something like that. So yeah, for this to work, you have to remove this plate and then take the actual fist off. So there's the actual hand if you want to see how that's built. Like I said, I don't do instructions for this stuff, so take as many observations as you need to if you do plan to build something like this. But anyway, go ahead and, oh wait, we forgot one piece actually. Let's go ahead and attach his drill. And now he has his drill hand that he can drill into Godzilla with and brutally murder him. Even though he never actually successfully killed Godzilla in the films. Because, spoiler alert, in the last movie that Kiryu appeared in, he basically just took Godzilla with him. He just strapped himself to Godzilla. And they basically just got stuck at the bottom of the ocean. But right before he did that, he ejected the pilot and, you know, saved the pilot so that the pilot wouldn't die. There is one more accessory that we have to look at. Just the blast effects. So yes, you can either... I should have gone with yellow, but I really wanted to use this lime kind of green. And I don't know, I just really like the look of it. So yes, he's got his... blast effect for that. So if you wanted to use that, you could. He does have the absolute zero cannon. Let me just open the chest up. So he does have that, and then you can also put the blast effect in there if you want to replicate the absolute zero cannon. If I can just get that in. There we go. So yes, he can freeze Godzilla to death and then just get him stuck in limbo, because Godzilla's very hard to kill. Very few monsters have actually successfully killed him. I mean, most of the times that he's died, he either died from some kind of weird illness within the movie or usually died on his own terms. That's pretty much all there is to Type 3 Kiryu here, because that's what they called him in the movie, Kiryu, instead of Mechagodzilla. I mean, they did refer to him as Mechagodzilla a few times. Yeah, he was referred to as Mechagodzilla a few times, but it was very small occasions that they actually called him Mecha-G, and they just mostly went by his name, which was Kiryu. I think in Japanese, Kiryu translates to Steel Dragon. I think that's why they called him that. And I know that name also appears in the Yakuza series, for anyone who's into that. But again, like I said, my Japanese is nowhere near as good as it should be, and I'm not that good with translations. So if anybody wants to translate that, you're more than welcome to. Now, there was one scene in the movie that I forgot to mention, which I will need some extra pieces for. In the movie, when he did have this power armor, as I like to refer to it as, in the movie, the first time he was deployed, I think, after he was successfully put together, he was deployed to take care of Godzilla because Godzilla was destroying the city, as he normally does, because, you know, he's Godzilla. He just stomps around everywhere until somebody decides it's a problem. Where basically what happened was he heard the current generation Godzilla roar, and it sort of activated this weird, like, it basically triggered this sort of PTSD sort of demonic state where the actual skeleton inside of him like possessed the actual machine, and he just went crazy and started unleashing hell on Tokyo and just destroying everything. And when that happened, not only did he go crazy, his eyes went completely red. Put in some red ones if you wanted to replicate that effect. So yeah, there he is with the full red eye effect. Actually, I wonder if those eyes should be more angled to the side to give him that more kind of pissed off look he always has. I mean, from the side view, it's alright. Yeah, I kind of like that. Here, let's go ahead and give him his other eye back. And plug that in. And there you go. So yeah, he actually looks a little more like he should. The only problem is the side profile is a little weird, but it flows enough to where it works. But yeah, that's just an option if you want to do that. Alright, I think I've gone on long enough. Let's just take one last good look at him. Let's move him a little more to the side. There we go. So there he is. Type 3 Kiryu.
Hallelujah! Another soul saved!